What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Motor Nubs YouTube channel. And today, behind me, I have the Thunderbird. So let me flip it on around here. I just picked it up from J Mills Tuning. Shout out to those guys. Got the VATs flashed off of it. Come to find out, I had a bricked ECU in it, so that's why I had it flashed and it didn't do anything. It wouldn't flash. So got another junkyard cheapo ECU, flashed the VATs off of it. There's no tune or anything. It's just like a stock calibration on it for now. I wanted to bring it back because it needs just to be gone through before we really put it on the dyno. First things first, well, not first things, but one of the things, I'm going to be taking the skinnies off and I'm putting a set of stock Mustang V6 wheels on it all the way around. I'm going to take those and just get like a set of whatever, like little cheapo tires put on it, just to have some good rollers to drive the car. We ain't gonna be making no power. We ain't gonna need no drag setup or no bigs and skinnies anytime soon. But the next, well, I guess the main issue is he was like, hey man, you're leaking quite a bit of transmission fluid. And if you look right up, where are we at? Right up there. And it's kind of hard to see. Right up there, see that line? That line is loose and it was like spraying transmission fluid out. So luckily, or hopefully that's the only leak. I'm gonna take this hopefully take the side cover off so I can get better access up there, tighten those lines up. I noticed this motor mount, these are like the adapter mounts. This motor mount's loose. So gonna basically just go over everything and make sure it's like not gonna come loose. That's the big thing. Oh, somebody did ask me what K member this was, and I don't remember off the top of my head. I was thinking maybe somewhere on it would be stamped, but I'm not sure. They are strange. Coilover is strange in the front. Still have the stock suspension in the back. Haven't done anything with it. Still just the coil, or the coil springs and the little baby 7.5 inch rear end. I know I'm gonna have to put at least an 8.8 in it, just something. But for now, the 7.5 can stay while we're trying to get the car streetable. Probably need to go ahead and fill it up with oil. We're gonna drop the oil, fill it up, because I don't know how long the oil's been in there or what the condition of the oil is, that kind of thing. But yeah. Oh, I did have a fuel leak, and it was actually right. You can see where I cut a section of the hose out, and I didn't get it all pretty, but I re-put the little fitting on back there. But for some reason, just this hose, I guess it's cheap fuel line hose, just had a leak in it, and yeah, that's not good. So I don't know if that'll be something I'm gonna face in the future, like future problems. What is this? Oh, do these go to the brake lights? Do we not have brake lights? There's like some hanging cables. I guess I need to tuck all this up, tighten it all. I could probably, can I remove these? I think I can. Yeah, remove this stuff. This doesn't need to be here. Oh, look, we got a trailer hookup. So we could do some towing. Yeah, got a whole 4-prong. That's pretty cool. I've never had this car on a lift until now. It's not bad up underneath here. There's a little bit of like surface rust. Nothing serious. Couple wasp nests. But she seems to be pretty straight, pretty true. And like really no rust up here. I don't know. I'm pumped about it. But first things first, let's get this transmission leak fixed, get it topped off with transmission fluid, because right now, like, it'll go in reverse, but it like drive is like laggy, and I checked it and it's really, really low on fluid. So I don't want to tear anything up. All right, let's go. All right. So I got the motor mounts tightened down. This one was super loose. That one only had like 1 or 2 turns on it. I went ahead and checked all these rack bolts, these K-member bolts. Everything else seems to be tight, so that's pretty good. Not too worried about it because these really don't have any miles on them. This car had this K-member put in it and then not really was ever run. Tightened up those transmission lines, so those shouldn't be leaking. This is still wet right here because this is where it was leaking down. So I was trying to wipe that off, but hopefully we'll fill it back up and see. I'm not crazy about this is the dipstick tube for the transmission. And it's a little bit pinched right there. So I don't know the best way. If I had like a little air hammer, air chisel, I could get up in there and maybe like beat that out a little bit. But I can still get the dipstick in and out. That's gonna make it interesting for putting fluid in. I guess I could put fluid in maybe on this top one. I don't know. Normally I just always put it in through the dipstick tube, but yes, I digress. Let's go ahead and let me make sure I have some oil, and then let's drop the oil in this. Ooh, I didn't know I had a little temp sensor right there. Interesting. Oh yeah, I cleaned up the wires in the back that were hanging down too, so we should be almost done being underneath the car. All right, so it is now the next day. I couldn't find a funnel for the dipstick because the dipstick tube is pretty small, but I ended up finding a gear oil. Well, it's not a gear oil jug, but with one of those little nipple ends on it. And what I'm doing is basically I'm filling that up and then setting it right there so it can slowly drain in through the dipstick into the car, basically 1 quart at a time. I know I'm very, very low, so I know I at least have to put a couple quarts in there. I was just gonna kind of do maybe two, and then I'll start it up, go through all the gears, and do the proper sequence and actually check it. But this is going to take a while, so I'll probably see you guys on the next one. I thought about just draining it all and then filling it all the way back up, but that actually might be a much better option. Yeah. Well, anyway, if you like the Thunderbird content, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Gonna try to get this car somewhat streetable sometime soon, just to alleviate some people who are wondering. I still do have the Integra. I kind of put it on pause because it was burning a hole in my pocket, and I'm trying to move into the new house. Me and my wife built a new place, and yeah, the Integra still needs an entire front end, getting it ready for paint. Needs a door handle because every Integra has a broken door handle. And then I want to take it and get it painted. It's still on the break-in tune. The motor has basically like no miles. I've driven it around like up and down, the road right here, but I haven't actually tagged it or driven it any significant distance. I kind of want to get my cosmetics done, then start driving it a little bit. Once I put some miles on it, then we'll switch it over to E85, bigger injectors, and go back and try to make some more power. Long-term goals, I bought from a buddy of mine I think it's a B16 head with B18 GSR cams. So right there, got the intake manifold, all that good stuff. So later on, I can do the head swap and pick up supposedly a good amount of power. I'd like to see the difference because I do have the Crowler 404 cams, which some people are saying they're good for turbo. Some people are saying horrible for turbo. In my situation right here, I know that taking the LS head off and going to the B16 head will raise compression. And I think that will be the biggest gain here. As for like lift and duration and all that kind of stuff, I will pick up a little bit on the bottom end on the B16 head, just because that one's got like a more aggressive cam, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Adios, guys. Later.